Welcome back to BJP Lifestyle, guys. I hope you're having a great day. Today, all you guys are seeing is my hands. If you guys are new here, make sure you click that subscribe button down below right now to be notified when new videos go live. We have new videos every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 3 p.m. here on the channel. And of course, check out Shop Lifestyle. Get yourself some lifestyle merch. You can probably see it here in the camera, in the mirror, or in the window there. But today, we're just going to be doing a POV drive, as you guys can tell by the title, the thumbnail, and obviously my hands here in the video. Now, I wanted to do this just to kind of go over everything, since there's a lot of changes that I've done to the car now. So I figured you guys might want to see how it rides and see how it feels. So it has 22-inch replica wheels on there. So those are 22 by 9.5. So obviously that's going to change the ride quality compared to the stock ones. So yeah, you guys have been asking about how the ride quality is with those. With the Nitto 420Vs on there as well, which those are only 285. They're not 305 like I was going to do. So yeah, if you haven't seen that video, check it out up here now. But yeah, we're going to be doing a little bit of a video just showing basically how it feels to ride in it now with that changed, as well as the Eibach lowering springs. I feel like I'm forgetting things, but with the Eibach lowering springs, the 22-inch wheels, the exhaust, obviously you'll hear how that sounds. I'm trying to think what else we've done here that might change anything of the feeling. Cold air intake under the hood, so you'll definitely hear that and maybe see a little bit more responsiveness out of it. But yeah, we're just gonna go ahead and hop in and go for a ride, and I'll kind of just talk about it. We also have the paddle shifter, so maybe I'll play around with those a little bit and get some downshifts and stuff. I'm gonna be doing a full paddle shifter driving video, kind of like talking and like almost a tutorial kind of thing, because I had previously done one on how to drive manual with just a little stick, which isn't really fun. So with the paddles, you can really downshift and have some fun. So let's go ahead and hop in, of course, put our seatbelt on and start the car. Now hopefully the angle and everything is good for you guys. I have this on my hat and it's kind of tight on my head, so I might get a headache here, but you know what, anything for content, right guys? So let's go ahead and just pop her right into drive and get going. I'm gonna go just kind of down this back road, and then it's kind of weird where we're gonna go because we're coming from this one spot here, so we'll see where we end up going. But probably just gonna take like a kind of windy back road and just kind of roll. Music obviously off so you guys can hear. I'll put the windows down here. I guess I can put them down now. I know some of you guys are gonna get mad here because I'm about to floor it here just so you can hear it. You can hear that the exhaust has a nice note in the back, which you don't really hear that much anymore because what you hear is the cold air intake just yelling at you. But like I said, I know some of you guys are going to get mad for that driving in a neighborhood type of situation, but obviously like there's no one around. It's fine. It was for 2 seconds. And if you guys want to cry about it, then you can cry about it, and yeah, just, you know, live your life. You do you. Go ahead and pop these windows back up just because it's definitely windy out today and I don't really want any wind noise. And yeah, we're gonna go right here, and then hopefully we can just kind of cruise. You guys like that stop? I loved it. Again, you guys will always find something to complain about in the comments, so it is what it is. So let's get on her here. Like I said, it sounds really, really good with the cold air intake. I said it in the other video too, and I wasn't completely sure at first. That guy was just driving in our lane. That's crazy. But I wasn't completely sure and sold on it at first, but now I definitely am, the more that I drive with it and the more that I actually get on it and have some fun. Obviously you have sport mode down here, which I could put on too, which will make it a little bit more responsive. I'm not gonna right now, but yeah, you can kind of see like it's not very bumpy. Like you kind of assume when you do lowering springs or you're putting 22s with a lot less beef on the tire there, then you're gonna get a little bit more of a bumpy ride and things are gonna kind of feel a little bit worse. But in my case, it's not at all. It almost feels better in a way because I'm more grounded, and like especially taking corners, it's really grounded. But yeah, for the most part, it's almost like smoother in a way. I don't know if it's just my tires were old and whatnot on the previous set, but just having fresh new tires, fresh new wheels, and obviously having the lowering springs, it makes it more grounded. But it definitely feels good, and it's not a bumpy ride. I know a lot of you guys were asking about that, how the ride quality was, if it improved or got worse, because you hear that people have worse experiences or better or whatever. So for me, it's really not bad at all. And yeah, we can probably put the paddle on here. So we're in 7, but drop down a few gears. Get that low end torque, and then you just hold the paddle to put it back up, which is really cool. So, and then it goes right back into just drive mode. So that's fun. I've been playing with it a lot. Usually on like other back roads where there's no cars around, I'll really get on it and have some fun and kind of like downshift and rip it under tunnels and stuff, which is the main reason I wanted it, to just be able to click it on and off and, you know, have a little bit of fun while still driving safe, for the most part, at least. But yeah, the ride quality is really, really good still, which is kind of surprising to me because, like I said, like when you do a lowering kit and stuff like that, you usually expect it to be a lot more bumpy, especially like roads around here where I live, like in Rhode Island, the roads are awful. And if you're from this area, like Rhode Island, like pretty much anywhere in New England, you know that most of the roads are awful. It's not like a place like Texas or something like that where you have really nice roads, which kind of sucks, you know, but again, it is what it is, because when the time comes, hopefully I'll get out to Texas or somewhere different like that where I can actually enjoy some nice smooth roads, because these roads here are awful. This is luckily one of the few roads that's actually pretty nice. It's a pretty smooth ride, so I'm not really demonstrating too much about how it's actually like bumping and stuff like that. But we're gonna go down here, we'll hook a right and go down a little bit more down the main road and stuff like that. Maybe we'll hit a few little bumps and you guys can see how it feels. I'll try and not do it on purpose, but if I do hit a little bump, then you guys will see that it doesn't really feel that bad. Like, it's kind of hard to demonstrate on video, I guess just by like the steering wheel and stuff, but it doesn't like jump or anything. Like, it doesn't vibrate, or it's really not any different than just driving with the normal stock setup. And like I said, if anything, it feels better to me because you get that a little bit more grounded, and it just feels a little bit better in a way. I always end up having to put the AC on when I'm doing these videos because it gets so warm in here without the windows down. So let's see if we can get around this guy. It gets up and goes. I do have a few things planned for the Jeep that are going to be coming hopefully soon that are a little bit different, that should make it a little bit more torquey and a little bit more fun to drive as well. Obviously I haven't been riding it in sport mode or anything. This isn't really the type of road that I want to rip sport mode on. Usually I'll use sport mode on like the highway, or if I'm on like a really, really smooth back road where there's no other cars around and I can really be on it all the time, because sport mode for me, it kind of like feels a little clunky the way that it like wants to shift at such a high RPM. So if you're not, then it feels really awful. So I don't keep it in sport mode really ever, unless I'm actually going to be driving, like especially on the highways is usually when I use it the most. But like I said, like this is a super fun car, and I've said it before that these cars are super fun, that these Jeeps, it's not a car, it's a Jeep, everyone in the comments is going to say. But I found that these Jeeps are super, super fun. Let's floor it. I really just wanted to get up behind this other Jeep here, because you know, Jeep on Jeep action is going on here right now. So these Jeeps are super fun, and they're very nimble for being like a mid-size SUV. Going from a truck to this, it definitely felt so much smaller, like it felt like a car, but it's obviously not all the way as a car. Now that it's lowered, it feels a little bit more like that, and a little bit better as far as like ride quality goes, and as far as like being grounded and not having all the body roll, because like you can see the one in front of us, the rake on it, the back of it is jacked up a bit, so you get a little bit more body roll and it just doesn't feel as good. So I definitely love the lowering now that it's completely settled and everything's all set, and with the 22's and just everything overall, it just feels really, really good, and it's kind of right where I want it right now as far as that goes. I think the only thing that I really need or would want from it is just some more power, but even still, it has more than enough power to have some fun, get on it and drive around. And like, this is only the V6. If you guys have the V8, you're gonna have way more power. If you guys have the SRT, obviously you guys are good to go, and you know that you have so much power. But I do still want to get the SRT in the future. I've just kind of been pushing it back and back a little bit more, because like, one, I haven't been able to find one that I want in the price range that I want to pay, and the year that I want, and the spec that I want, because I'm pretty particular about what I want with that. But on the other hand, I'm also trying to buy myself a house with a garage, because think about how useful a garage would be for you know, my type of videos that I make. It'd be so nice to have a garage for like the other day when it was raining. just stuff like that. Pretty much whenever I want to make a video, I'll be able to make a video in the garage, and then that also opens up the ability of having other vehicles, as well as having like videos doing like garage stuff and like garage makeover stuff, and you know, it just really opens up the channel a lot. So that's why I'm kind of pushing off the SRT and just doing stuff to this, because I'm really happy with what I have now as far as this goes. And there's not, you can see there, we just hit a bump that was like a pretty crazy bump because I was trying to slow down and talk at the same time, and there was a pretty big little bump there, and yeah, it didn't really feel any different or like slam or make any weird noises or anything. So if you guys are in the market for the Eibach springs, I'll have them linked down below, as well as like whatever else I can link down below. But for the most part, yeah, they don't really feel any different. If anything, like I said, it feels better. If you guys are in the market for a Grand Cherokee and you guys are looking for like an SRT, or you want to do something that's more sporty, definitely just go with the Altitude. I've said it before that like when you go with the higher packages, like if you're like me and you like things blacked out, then you're gonna have to do all that to those, and there's a lot of chrome, and it's just so much work. There's just so much that you have to replace and get rid of, and it's just it's a big pain. And me personally, I don't want to deal with it, so you know, the Altitude kind of works out. There may be some things and some features that you're not going to get, so just you kind of need to weigh your options as far as what you're planning to do with it, what you're planning to build with it, what you want to get out of it. Like, do you want the V8? Do you need the SRT? Do you want the SRT? Like, obviously if you can get the SRT and you want the SRT, just go get the SRT. But like if you can't, or you don't want the SRT yet, you're not sure, definitely just go with something lower, and like just weigh your options as far as what the packages are and the things that you want. Like, I wanted the 2018 because I wanted the upgraded navigation screen with CarPlay, but on the 2017 you get the paddle shifters on the Altitude, but on the 2018 you don't get them on the Altitude. But as you can see here, I have them because I just installed them myself after, and it wasn't a huge deal for me to do. So you know, weigh your options, look into what the different things are. I have a million videos on the channel now. I have easily over 100 Jeep videos doing different mods, installs, and stuff like that. So yeah, there's pretty much infinite possibility on what you guys can do with these Jeeps, which is awesome. You guys can lift them, you can lower them, you know, you can keep them stock if you really want, and just do some little like cosmetic stuff. Pretty much whatever you want to do, you can do. So yeah, hopefully this gave you a better understanding of how the Jeep feels now that it's been lowered and put on 22s. It's really not bad at all. And I would definitely recommend the Eibach springs at least, if not upgrading to the 22s with some beefier street sport kind of tires. It really grips well, and it's really fun to drive. Cold air intake's obviously nice, feels good. Exhaust, obviously fun. You know, combine the two together, get a little bit of more speed and power, and just get a little bit more enjoyment and sound out of the car, which is pretty much what you're going for with them. So on that note, if you did enjoy this video, make sure you click a like button down below. Help the YouTube algorithm, help this video get out to more people, help the channel grow, of course. And of course, if you're not already subscribed, make sure you click that subscribe button down below right now to be notified when new videos go live. New videos every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 3 p.m. here on the channel. And of course, check out Shop Lifestyle, get yourself some lifestyle merch. But thanks for watching, guys. Peace.